It's not the sort of thing you expect through your letterbox, a pamphlet warning that surface-to-air missiles may be stationed on your roof. Residents of an East London estate have been told their building is being considered as a base to protect the Olympics, and they can expect soldiers to arrive this week. The government says the military presence will make them safer, but residents are not all convinced, as Carl Dinnan reports.
Are these anti-aircraft missiles coming to a rooftop near you? Residents of this former match factory in East London have just discovered they might be. They've been told an old water tower on their estate may become a site for surface-to-air missiles during the Olympics. Even on a mucky wet day like today, you can see that the old match factory towers are one of the tallest structures around here. And you can tell why the army might want to put their missile defences on those, because there's a direct line of sight to the Olympic Stadium itself. Some of those who live in the gated community are a little unnerved at the prospect.
I don't think anyone wants to live in a militarised apartment building. Obviously the security issues around the Olympics, but I think this is an absolute overreaction.
The Ministry of Defence has sent residents a leaflet as the start of a consultation process. It says the missiles will not make the place a target, but some residents aren't persuaded.
Obviously, if you are a high-level terrorist cell and you are capable of hijacking an aircraft and aiming it for the Olympic Stadium in the middle of the Olympics, you are obviously equally capable of working out what the impediments are to that mission. One of those impediments will now potentially be missiles on the top of my flats. And clearly, that makes these flats at the risk of being melodramatic, but on the terrorists' radar. So I'm afraid I don't feel much safer as a result of this.
The proposed addition to the roof is the Starstreak missile system. Its deployment to enforce the air exclusion zone, which will stretch across London during the Games. Airspace as far as Heathrow open only to officially sanctioned aircraft. The zone will be patrolled by Typhoon jets based at RAF Northolt and helicopters from HMS Ocean stationed in the Thames. There may also be anti-aircraft batteries on the ground, possible sites including Blackheath, Shooters Hill and, we now know, an apartment building in Bow.
The reasoning behind choosing this particular position for locating these HVM or high-velocity missiles will be not only to provide that air defence against a 9/11 type of attack, but because of its proximity to the stadia, it will afford a fantastic view across the local area to identify a multitude of types of risks.
The Olympics may be 3 months away, but a huge security exercise starts in just 3 days. That will include fighter jets over London and soldiers, albeit without missiles, on the roof of the match factory. Today, the Ministry of Defence said,
"As part of our ongoing planning, we can confirm site evaluations have taken place. However, no final decision on whether or not to deploy ground-based air defence systems for the Games has been taken."
But by only giving residents here a few days' notice before soldiers start training on their roof, they may have made the eventual decision much more difficult to sell.